for all regular viewers of, our channel, our chums, our community, there's one thing that you get to learn about me. Oh yes, I mean, we all know I like something of a bargain. No two ways about it. In fact, just before we came out to film here today, I was reading about a woman who'd done all of her charity Christmas shopping via charity shops, etc., and managed to save, now this is the key factor, isn't it, in the headline, £150. I thought, oh no, that's way too much money. You mean save? I thought she'd spent £150. So you know what I'm saying. I love a bargain. Absolutely. Free's even better. So when I'm about, out and about in London filming, I do like to look out for things in case, you are coming to London and you think, wow, what's that place like? Now, this particular venue here, I wanted to share with you because I've found a bit of a discovery and I think you might like it. This is Central Methodist Hall in the very heart of Westminster, literally a stone's throw away from Westminster Abbey. Now, I know it simply because, I've been in it many times, I've appeared on their stage, but also way back in 2011 for the royal wedding of William and Catherine, I was working for a US TV channel and they basically had hired the top of the roof. I know, frightening when you think about it. And on top of this roof, right, we were sat on these like director's chairs, but the absolute sort of bar around it, the fence, whatever you want to call it, wasn't very deep and it kept getting really windy. And I kept saying to the producer, I'm a bit nervous, I've got vertigo here. Oh, no, you'll be fine. I thought, I'm not staying here. I just disappeared, I thought, I'm not doing this. And you never know, do you? Chair takes off, you're off the top of the Central Methodist Hall. They don't care, it's just television. But on a serious note, this place is literally steeped in history and you can go in for free. Let me explain how. The Central Methodist Hall is really an exciting place to go in. It was actually built in 1912, originally as a bit of a music hall and then taken over by the Methodist Association. But way back during the Second World War, it actually operated as an air raid shelter. 2,000 people every night for the duration of World War II, fostered and stayed down underneath because it was considered a very safe place to be. Apparently though, after the war, a lot of people have built up such a community there, they didn't want to return back to their normal homes. I know, strange stuff. In 1966, the iconic FIFA World Cup trophy was stolen from here. You may have remembered that story. And of course, it was in the library and people had been very clever in how they got in and how they stole it. And it was all down later, thanks to Pickles the dog. Check out that story, wonderful in itself. So in March 1945, the brilliant former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill addressed the Conservative Party conference in the Great Hall with a very famous speech that was, "Victory is certain, victory is near." But if you love your musicals and all that sort of stuff, this really has some history because the man who gave us the brilliant Evita, Phantom of the Opera and so much more, Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber, actually had his very first professional production launched here way back in 1968 with, of course, Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Now, not only that was this the big success for him and Sir Tim Rice, but get this, his father was also the musical director and conductor on stage. Now, the beauty about this particular venue, and this is why I wanted to share it with you, they have a rather reasonable cafe, but on top of all of that, they give free organ recitals. Literally, you can just walk in and for an hour you can lose yourself in some magical music, all for free. Now, you really can't say that, can you, for many venues in the very heart of London. And also, can I give you an extra tip? And I mean this in the nicest possible way. But if you need a comfort break in the middle of London, they have very adaptable, shall we say, comfort places, toilets, ladies and gents. Very valuable when you're out and about in London and you've been walking all day, let me tell you. But seriously, they have quite a lot of free events on. So if you do want to come somewhere and say, I don't know, meet somebody and say, let's go and see one of the concerts, they are really good. They're good fun, and yes, slightly classical if it's not your thing, but you can just marvel at the splendor of the building that's literally been up since 1912. Just to let you know, I'm not sponsored by them. This is not an advertorial. It's just things that I find that I think, yeah, this is handy. I want to share it with the chums. Hope you don't mind. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.